All right.
45 minutes starting now, Dustin. Good morning, everybody. Or good morning, Dustin.
Morning. Well, we'll just treat it like a new day, which it is anyway. He's getting a little more comfortable. People. He's kind of watching. He can turn right. We'll see what he can go by. Goes over the rails, knows where his feet are today a little more. Let's try it. Still lots of things to see, distractions. He can go, I'll let him go. I'm not going to try to keep him there. I was late. That's okay, we'll start again. I can get a little more ready. Get ready. There's a good change. That's nice. That's better. I like that. I'll come over here, I'll open up. He can leave if he wants to leave. There you go, goes over his rails.
Fancy.
I'm kind of waiting on him. He's still kind of looking around there. I don't try to make him turn in. I way rather it be his idea than mine. There, he stayed with me a little bit. He'll come check out the bridge. Then he's going to go by, see what happens here. I'm going to be a little ready here. There. Let's try it. It's better. He's kind of think there. Now his attention's back on me. That's okay. I'll turn it up a little bit. Sometimes you gotta do a little more. Sometimes they need to work at things. There. It's better. We'll go the other way. He's kind of thinking he'll try some other stuff other than...
Good thing we're not sitting there.
Yeah. You were sitting there last year.
Yeah.
There.
Had to wear goggles.
Better. He wants to go, we'll go. There. It's obviously something he needs to work at. We might as well look after it a little bit. Go back the other way. There. Good changes. See what happens. I don't want to approach him when he's looking off. See how he's thinking. Give him an opportunity to come back. He's looking off. I'm not going to try to sneak up on him. He's looking over me, but see what happens if I come over here. There. I'll see what happens if I come over here. There. I like his attention to be on me. There. There. That's nice. Leave before he leaves. I'll come back. Thought about leaving. There. There.
Pretty profound line right there. Leave before he leaves.
I'm in no hurry. Put my halter on. And do my best to get him as good as I can. He's off, looking off. Lots of distractions for a horse that's never been to town before now. There. Pretty good. Check him out down his sides. Be a little wearing the rub mirror. He might be tender down there today, but not too bad. So he is on this side.
Just a reminder, guys, if you turn to page 33 in your programs, there is the judging cards. And today is the last day to submit those cards, so you guys can pick your People's Choice winner for the finals here this afternoon. So as these 3 sessions go along, make sure you're submitting your cards so they know who to crown the People's Choice champion.
That's pretty good there. He tried to help me put the halter on a little. That's what I'm after. That kind of stuff. It's way easier when they want to be with you. Every horse, there's not a horse out there that wants to be bad. You know, they're just searching. They're searching for your releases, and a horse is a social animal. If you allow them to be friendly, they'll be friendly. But I mean, some of those horses, your timing's got to be bang on some of them that are real sensitive for whether it's because either they were handled by someone or maybe it's just how they were raised on the mare. Like mares can have a big effect on some colts, or, you know, even your bloodlines. You get watching your bloodlines a little bit. Some lines will be watchy or a little more tougher than others. But some horses leave you zero room for error, and they'll let you know. They'll let you know if you make a mistake. It's not the horse's fault. It's just kind of how they're wired, or that's how they were made. They might not be for a very saleable horse nowadays, but they'd work for me for going to work. Check him out up there. Sure you still can take a little pressure on his back, put the saddle on, rub his girth, check out his feet. You know, I'm not trying to hold my horse in there. If he decides he wants to leave, I'll let him leave. We can go around and work on something else. I'm not going to try hold him here. The whole idea is try to get them to where they want to stay with you. Pretty good. Get in no hurry. I forgot to explain that. I always start when I'm picking up a hind foot, I start from my hip down. I just don't go touch their hock or their bottom of their foot. I start from their hip. They know my hand's coming down. If I just reach down and touched them on the hock, I might get kicked. And then all that was because of my own neglect and sloppiness, not the horse's fault. Pretty good. Get to center a little.
Yeah, like I thought, why would he be 10 minutes less than the others?
Never hurts to recheck them out with your
They
pad.
just copy it right off the ear, I think. So, I just assumed it was a misprint. Oh, well, if we're wrong, we'll just get fired.
You know, I'll get quicker now. Move a little faster around them, but I'm still trying to be smooth best I can. I'm gonna do it my back cinch, but it's loose. It's hanging down there 3-4 inches. Way to make one cinch, you start hawking them in. Your cinch into them. You can make a horse cinchy pretty fast, especially when they start getting a little sore. You know, I don't tighten up my front cinch very tight. When I first saddle them, it's just snug enough so that if they were to buck, my saddle's hopefully going to ride. You know, allow him to move out. There, he feels pretty good there. There, he licked the lips a little. Check the bridge by accident, see what he does. Still jumps, but he went over. Something to work on today. I'll drive him off that way. There. Snug my cinch up a little. Check him out. I'm still smooth when I'm pulling, and I always put my hand in behind my latigo so it doesn't pinch their hairs. You know, they can be getting tender and sore on third day, muscle sore.
We were just taking bets here on how long it would be before that jacket would come off. He's working.
Getting warmed up now.
Yeah.
I'm still just going to move him around. Check out that tarp. I give him all the time he needs to reassure himself that that's okay. There might be a day when there is a pressure situation when you might not have that opportunity. But we're at the start. We're trying to build confidence in our horses right now, and we have the time to do it. So we might as well do it. So the day comes when there is a pressure situation, they might just hang in there for us because we took the time to prepare. See what he does here. I'll let him smell. He wants to smell. He can smell it. I'm going to ask him to move. There. Still hopping, but that's okay. He might need to be a jumping horse one day. There, goes over his rails. I come back around. See. Now, I'm going to see if I can discourage him from jumping. I'm going to ask him to go. He's going to come back to me. That's okay. We'll start again. Start over. I'm going to try to get him a little diagonal on it so it's a bigger jump. Maybe you might be more apt to set a foot on it first. Let's see here. I'll ask him to go. There we go. That's a little better. And again, you can make your horse as feely or as numb as you want. I don't need a flag to lunge him around. I can control it just with the energy in my body. You know, start getting aware of yourself. How much you block him here. That's okay. He's searching. He's just trying to find a way. Hey, he was loading. I don't want him to load. When he loads, he's going to jump. Offer it again. My goal is, I may never get there. Didn't jump as high. But I want to get so smooth and subtle. My goal is so that nobody can even see me make an effort to get my horse to do what I want. And I hope I get there one day. I may never get there, but I'm never going to quit trying. But I do know I'm a lot closer than I was 30 years ago.
Yeah, you're only 4 years old then.
time. Let's see if I'm gonna have to get straight on with it more. We'll see what happens. We'll go over the tarp. Do something else. There. And we'll come back to it. We'll see if I can hold him in here. I'm gonna block him. He's coming to me. That's okay. I'm gonna start over. I could have pushed him back, but then he would have banged his feet on the bridge. Never hurts just to start over. It's easy to get stuck. I don't want to make contests out of anything. He likes that tarp now. Maybe we'll go over here, go over the rails. Didn't quite make it. We'll start again. See if I can get him to get a foot on here. See what happens. I'm going to wait. There's a try. There's a try. I'm going to ask him again. See what happens. He might try to go to the right here, or his left. See if I can block him a little. He's going to come right to me. That's okay. I'm going to put him back. There. Slowing his feet down. Now we're going to come over here. Went through part of the rails. Let's see if I can get him to go over the rails just a little bit. There, he's working his mouth. It's a good change. There. Maybe we'll see what happens if he comes over by my noodle sticking out of the fence. See what he thinks of that. I'm going to drive him back across in between there. It's kind of a tight spot. There. Got close. I'm going to ask him, and I'm asking him. There. Send him by. See what he thinks of it out of that other eye. You can do lots of things while you're getting your horse ready to get on. Check him out. There, I'll give him a little break. Rub on him a little. Maybe I'll see how this is today. A little recap to see where he's at. There's, it wasn't very good, but he was still trying to follow. Start again. He's going to want to, there we go. I'm waiting. There, send the front end through. There. Better. There. Reset. Licks his lips. It's a good spot. I'm going to rub on him. See if I can get his head to go down a little. There, tries. I'll ask him again, see if there, hip goes a little bit. There, front end, good. That's pretty nice. Snug my cinch up a little more. Make sure my back cinch is not too saggy. Ooh. Mouth's getting dry. Enough groundwork for me. Get on.
26 minutes to go here, Dustin. 26 minutes left. Lots and lots of time.
Okay.
Yeah, the older we get, the more we kind of look at groundwork that way. And you'll find that out, Cade, one day when you get some more years on you.
Well, there is enough groundwork and there's too much groundwork for sure, but I heard a guy say one time at a show that groundwork was invented because guys were sick of getting bucked off.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Ray Hunt did most of his groundwork from the back of another horse.
Just gonna wait here, see if I can get him to drop his head a hair. If they're trying to pull away from me or back away, I'll kind of step out to the side so it kicks their hip out of gear. I'm just gonna wait. He's trying, thinking. Thinks he can just move his feet. That's not what we're after. Trying, searching. Just let him search. I'm waiting. He thinks he can move a foot. Maybe that'll work, but no. Gonna move his foot again. I'm just gonna wait. Thinks he can move his hind end. They're trying. He's still searching. Hasn't quite found it. I can close. 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 Still, there's closer. There's closer. He thinks so. I'll ask again. He thinks he can pull his head up. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Close. Try. Try. There's better. There. That's what I'm after. Right there. There. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Sheila. All right. Come middle. Check out, pull on his withers. Check him out a little. He kind of want to move off a little. Yes, you'll see, get him just a little better. To where he hangs out here. He can find it. See, he can get it a little better. There. It's all right. Start over. There. See. I always make sure that get on a little sloppier here. See if I hang in there. But I always got my inside rein just where if I needed it, I'd be able to have his nose. I don't want to have them cranked around unless I think they're going to cow kick me. Then I'll really have their nose, but I don't think he's gonna. Not saying he wouldn't. Wiggle stuff around.
Just an interesting bit of information. You're now working this horse for a different customer there, Dustin. Daffy has also been sold, so.
The what?
Daffy has now also been sold. So
Oh, yeah.
congratulations to whoever just bought him. You got yourself a really nice horse. You guys are looking for a horse. You got Bugs and Linus left. You better get on it quick.
Now you can negotiate your commission, Dustin.
Yes, sir.
Well, they should make someone a nice horse.
I agree.
For sure. Don't find ones like these every day.
Now, see if I can get him to take a step. I'm going to start in my hips. You got lots of drive in your hips. So again, I talk about how I want to get a horse sensitive. Well, I'll start driving him down through my pants, through my shorts. He's thinking, I taught him back up yesterday a little bit. He thinks that's pretty good. Anyway, so I'm driving my butt down. I'm putting energy up into him, but he's thinking we should back up. That's not 100% what I'm after, but I'm not going to discourage you at the same time. We'll get some forward motion. Now I'm going to wiggle my inside leg a little. I started from my hips down into my thigh. There. Like, you want to get your horses sensitive. I'm starting here, I'm driving down my thigh. There. You know, you want to get your horses so they're real feely. That's how you start. You might not get it all the time, but that's where I start. If you don't start there, you'll never get there. See how he's in the tarp. See what happens. Maybe I better move him around first. That's a good way to get it. I better make sure he trots before I go over the bridge. And get a little bucking. I'll see if I can tip him into his right lead. Masking again. I'm starting in my hips, driving down, driving down, driving down, driving down. There. I'll start again, driving down on my hips, building my energy. Now it's coming into my thighs. Now my calves. Now I'm going to help a little bit here. There. There. Bend him to the inside. Go his hip. Let's see if we get his front end. Wait. There's a good try. Now we'll go to his left. He's kind of wanting to. That's okay. He's a little thinking he should turn in. Start over. See if I get him on the outside. There, he's thinking he should find that tarp. That's all right. Kind of taught him to search it up a little anyway. Oh, it's all right. He's a little stuck. We're just going to get him freed up. There. Better. Lots of things he can do. They're getting him freed up. He's got to get used to this stuff anyway. You know, we'll use it. There. If you're having problems with your go button, find something to help you get it. He needs to get used to this stuff up here above him. There. I'll let him come back. There. Start again. I always like to get my horses moving a little free before I get monkeying around too much on other things. That's a nice transition. Come back, we'll bend them to the inside. There. Go the other way. If you don't free him up a little bit first, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. A little tightness in there somewhere where you weren't aware or couldn't read it. You get on them, you go to bending them and go turning them around and backing them up right away, and that'll just put more tightness in there. You know, next thing you know, you get yourself bucked off, or horse rears up or flips over, or get the undesirables. Check him out with my rope. See if I can be a little smoother today with my left hand. Yeah, and I'm just going to rock it first. Oh, he wants to check the bridge maybe. Oh, I'll touch him on the rump, touch him on the shoulder, touch him on the rump. Oh, I'll see if I can get him away from the tarp. He likes that tarp. See if I can get him to be intrigued about the bridge. I'm not going to swing my rope here. I'm going to see if maybe I can just get him to put a step on it. See if I can just get a foot. I just want a foot. Here, try. Just want a foot. He needs to get thinking about it a little more. He's just kind of, he's thinking. I like to see him. He's thinking about what pressure I'm putting on him here. I want him. There's a thought. There's a thought. Start paying attention to your ears. There's a thought. His ears didn't go, but I'll get in talking about ears here in a bit too. Bring him around. You see, he's still pretty focused on me. I want him to start thinking where I want to go. Again, I always got to remind myself, look out. It's easy to get down looking at your horse's ears. You know, we're wanting to go across. There is a thought. Watch his ears. He's kind of searching for a way out. I want him to look where I'm looking. I just want the thought. He's still searching. He's thinking, I can just move my feet around here. And I'm going to try not to put too much on. There's a thought. There's thought. Slowed his feet down. Maybe didn't step on it. But if you get watching your horse there and you're working your horse, you want to go straight. There. I release when his ears go. Pretty quick. I've had some pretty neat stuff. He's kind of working the mouth. We'll rub him here for a minute. I got some horses at home. Pretty green. Not very many rides. And I can leave the barn. I can lope around and go everywhere. And their ears are like that. If you start releasing to when they're looking, can you make that a good spot? Pretty quick. That's a little better. Pretty quick. They'll be going everywhere and the ears are forward. To me, that's what I'm after. I want my horses so they're keen. They want to go to work for me. They want to go where I want to go. That's the ultimate. There's no resistance, no resentment. They're 110% with you. Check the tarp out. I was going to reach up, touch it. I'm not going to move it. Touched it. He's stepping on my rope. I got a front foot. Well, that's good too. He needs to get used to that. It's pretty good. Better tarp. I'll see if I pick up a hind foot. There, he gets a little bothered. I'm going to let it come out of it. If it doesn't come out right away, I'll drop my rope. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. You want to put stuff in a horse, start making big deals about what you're not getting. See if we can go back to this tarp. Check it out. Rub on. I'm going to touch it. Did a little too much, but he hung in there. Just going to touch it. It's better. Just going to touch it. He's got to get used to me out here a little bit anyway. Rub on him here. You know, make a little noise. Pretty good. There's a good change right there. Now it's not so bad. I'm just going to touch it. Wiggle it a little. That's pretty good. There, I'm moving off before I create something that I don't want. Maybe we'll go back here. Again, I'm not looking at my bridge. I'm looking out in front, and there's a thought. There's a thought. His ears aren't going, but I feel it in body. There. His feet are slowing down. That's what I want. See if we can touch these noodles a little down his side. There. I touched him more than he did, but he did good. You know, the whole reason why I'm here is because I want to show people what is possible. This stuff right here has been lost to a certain extent. There's still a handful of guys that are still trying to teach it. But they're getting fewer and fewer, and the guys that still are getting older. And if some of us young guys don't pick up the slack, it's going to get lost again. That's what I'm passionate about. So I'm in here with the mic, so you got to listen to me whether you want to or not. I'm going to ask again. He's searching to find a way other than that where I want to go. I'm looking out. There's a try. I'm going to ask again. I'm going to ask again. I'm starting in my shorts. Then I'm going to move my legs and get a little movement on my body. There's a thought. There's a thought.
10 minutes to go, Dustin. 10 minutes now.
There's a thought. There's a try. Just because we went over it before doesn't mean we gotta go over it just as good again. That's a good spot. He's relaxed there. I'm gonna ask again. I'm asking in my shorts, my pin bones, helped with my rope of hair, but that's just coming through because I do it without thinking. There, you get slower, more confident. Maybe we'll go back over the tarp on the fence, see how he is on his right side. There, he thought about stopping, but he didn't, and that's okay. Still a try. A little better on the left. I can pick it up now a little. Pretty good change. Rub on him, this is a good place to be. You know, all this stuff. All of a sudden, it's not as scary. I'm gonna ask him to go before he decides to go. Maybe I'll do something, he'll stop. Maybe we'll back up, see? We'll see here. I'm starting again, I'm starting in my shorts. I'm putting just little on his face. I'm working, I'm using my body. I'm using the body, wait, there. We'll ask him again. I'll even settle for a shift. I'm waiting, I'm using my body. There, better. We'll ask one more time. Starting. There's pretty close, starting. There, his head's coming up a little, but that's okay. I mean, it's only his third day. I'm more concerned about getting my horse's feet than his head. If you get too concerned about your head, you can have him giving at the pole and getting soft, but then you ask for a stop and he just keeps going. There's no stop, and it's because he didn't have his body, or his mind, or his feet. I'm just going to wait here again. There. One more. There. Better. I'm going to bend his head here. Give him a second. He might lower it a bit. I'm just going to wait. No, that was good. Where he reached, it wasn't what I was after right now. When they reach back with that inside front leg and it comes under my stirrup, that's good stuff right there. You know, it wasn't what I was after, but I got it, so I settled for it. Call it a mistake or just by chance, but you can use that stuff and build on it. There, soften. If they can't be soft to the side, they're not going to be soft when they're straight. That was kind of, should have explained that better, but whatever. Let's keep going. Touch it. Didn't get too scared, but I'm going to see if I can get him a little tight spot there, see if we can come back there. I'm going to go right by this tarp. I don't want him to stop. I'm going to bend him into it, see if I can get him to stop over here. Close, there. I'm going to wiggle a little more unsure on this side. I'm going to move that tarp, there. Little steps. Just because I moved it up and down once doesn't mean I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to keep waving it. I don't want to get him scared. I'm trying to build confidence. Maybe I'll do something different. I'll slide it. I'm trying to build confidence in my horse without having to make a big deal about it. There, he's pretty good. Boy, I just about pushed it too far, but he hung in there. Let's leave. Let's go over these rails. See if I can. Again, he's stumbling on him right now. That's good. We'll figure out his feet. See if I can go through these noodles a little. There's nothing holding him in here. He can go to the inside if he wants. A little, that's there. If that's all he can handle right now, that's good. I'm not going to make a big fuss. Let's see what happens when we come to our bridge. I'm going to come on a bit of an angle. Maybe we'll see if we can get, there's a try. Again, there's a try. And then you can get one, you can teach one to, they'll walk up the bridge, just put their head down there, fool you. Act like they're smelling or curious. They'll get smart, they'll figure you out. They'll be like, that's all I got to do, and you release. Again, I got to look out. He's trying. Now he's just going to hang there a little.
5 minutes to go, Dustin. 5 minutes.
Trying. It's getting better. I'm not going to dwell on it. He's getting pretty close to having enough.
It's quite interesting when he made his first pass over those poles at a lope and jumped every pole smoothly. It reminded me of and I can't remember if it was Charles O. Williamson, talking about the old school guys, or maybe it was a Hackamore arrangement by Ed Cannell, but there's an illustration in there of about 5 square bales set up, spaced about 2 feet apart, and that's the way you learn to ride a bucking horse, is to jump them over those bales. But the knowledge of some of those old timers is still, like Dustin said, a lot of it's being lost, but there are a few guys that are carrying it on.
There, it's good enough. I want to leave them when they're in a good frame of mind. See what he does when I throw my rope out. You might look at it. Not too bad. Sometimes you got to know when to quit. You can take things too far. You get too focused on what you're wanting to do, but has no reference to what the horse wants to do. You can get yourself a lot of trouble. If you leave them when they're in a good spot, they're probably apt to be a lot better your next ride.
3 minutes to go. 3 minutes. Well, you talk about the old days. I had a couple interviewing. You'll hear them on the Spirit of the West in a couple of weeks. But he had an uncle at a big ranch just a little bit west of Calgary, raised in the 30s, just as frugal as he could be, and folks that came through that, they had to be so resourceful, make every dollar count. And they were calving when this guy rode over to his grandpa's place. He had a cow in the chute that hadn't cleaned for about a week. And so he had a plastic sleeve and 2 of these great big uterine boluses. And he put the 2 uterine boluses in, let the cow out of the chute. She took 3 steps, fell over and died. Next thing he does is put his sleeve back on, reach in there, pull out those boluses, and says, "They're worth 50 cents a piece,
Check out his feet again. See if he can be relaxed. I wait. There. Pretty good. You can rub on their hocks and move it around. All good stuff. Take this time just to rub on them there. That's nice right there.
If you had just purchased this horse today, how excited are you to ride this thing tomorrow? That looks like a lot of fun to me.
Were you talking to me?
No.
He's talking to himself.
It's all right. Wasn't really.
Vague statement.
I should really put that arm under that there. Never hurts to take your time just to rub on one a little bit. You gotta get good around his ears.
1 minute to go. 1 minute.
There. It's good for him to get soft in there. Good place for him to want to be. Do it on both sides. Maybe started this side a little late, but we'll just rub on him. There, he likes that.
30 seconds.
See if I can tip his nose this way, just a hair. Just gonna wait. There. Settle for that. Good enough.
All right, let's hear it for Dustin Sippola and Daffy.